YouTube, this is Jordan Johnson, and we're back today to look at the 5 things that I wish I knew about Turo before starting my fleet. So, as I previously mentioned in my last video, I started my fleet in 2019 and quickly built it from 1 to 3 cars, which we currently operate. We had over 130 rentals in 2019. So today I'm just sharing some of the experiences that we had kind of along our year. So just give you a bit more insight on what it's actually like to run a fleet with Turo. So number 1 is car washing. So when we started off our fleet, we had a minimum trip duration of only 1 day. So that means we were turning the car a lot for very short rental periods for a very low amount of money. So we quickly turned that into a 2-day and then a 3-day minimum of a trip. So that meant we were doing a lot less of the turnover, cleaning, and effectively a lot less time for pretty much the same amount of income. So just keep that in mind if you are looking to start your fleet. Turo can be seen as relatively passive income, but there is quite a lot of work that goes into the washing, prepping for every rental, and obviously dealing with the guests for check-in and check-out. So number 2 is the guests. So guests vary a lot. Turo guests definitely aren't all created equal in the way that they vary a lot on communication, punctuality, and general respect for your car. So just keep that in mind that not every guest you're going to get is going to be great. For every, I'd say, 50 guests, you get one that kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So just keep that in mind that you will have to deal with some difficult people. But overall, the Turo community is very respectful, really nice, and we kind of have a great relationship with all of the guests, and they've had a great experience. So my 3rd on the list is the amount of maintenance that the cars will need. So as I mentioned in my last video, I do all the maintenance myself, from oil changes to changing brakes, air filters, anything I can easily find on YouTube. But what you've got to remember is, with the amount of driving that the guests are doing in the cars, as we live in Miami, most people go to Orlando or they go to Key West. Your cars pick up miles really quick. So you've got to be aware that it's going to require a lot more maintenance than it would for your personal kind of everyday car. So if you're planning on doing that yourself, just remember the time kind of aspect. And then if you're thinking of, oh, I'll get someone else to do it, you got to keep that in mind for your kind of cost and your expenses. How much is going to be extra every month to get the oil changes, kind of every 3 months per car. Number 4 is on storing cars. So 85% of the time, all my cars are rented, or 2 out of the 3 are rented. But as Turo is kind of cyclical with demand, and it fluctuates a lot during on holidays and everything like that, you do have times, kind of low times, and kind of low demand times. Normally I lower the cost of my car for that day just to get it out and kind of off my property. But just keep in mind that if you are looking to kind of expand your fleet, you've really got to think about where you can park these cars safely, securely, and preferably somewhere where you can wash them as well. So the 5th one, which I don't think a lot of people kind of think about, but with Turo, you're always on call. We've never really had that many situations where it's been drastic, but there has been times where guests will ring you at 11 p.m. You know, as I mentioned, one in 50 of those guests will be a bad guest and very demanding. So just keep that in mind, that because you're renting and you're providing that service, there is an expectation, and arguably rightly so, that you are always available, either through phone or the app. You kind of need to be ready for your guests at all the time. Okay, alright guys, so thanks so much for watching. So as I mentioned, that's my top 5 things that I wish I knew before starting Turo. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, and if you haven't watched my financial review from last year, you can check out the link here. Thank you very much, and if you have any comments or suggestions, please just post them down below. Until next time.